Hey guys, this is Duane, and this is my first video for this channel, which is How to Lose Weight TV. I'm by no means a guru, I'm not an expert. I just want to share with you guys my experience with losing weight, and actually, I'm going to document me losing weight now from this point on. Actually, my weight loss journey started a while back. At my heaviest weight, I was 260 pounds. I'm now 33 years old. I'm like 5'10", maybe 5'10 and a half if I'm lucky on a good day. And basically, at this point in this video that you're looking at, I'm about 225 pounds. So I actually had lost a lot of weight. I went from 260 all the way down to 178 actually, which 178 and me didn't really get along. I really looked horrible. I did it wrong the first time through. I actually didn't really lift weights. I just lost a lot of fat. And so I looked pretty disgusting actually, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so I gained some of the weight back, of course. I got up to about 234. And so I actually decided, hey, this time around, let me go ahead and show myself and make videos for people to see my journey because this may actually help someone. So like I said, I'm not a guru, I'm not an expert. I just want to document my weight loss from where I am right now, which is around 225, and I want to get down to like 190, 195. Okay. Some of you guys might be saying, hey, Duane, you're really not that fat, or you're not that big. And I'm not. But the thing is, I'm 5'10", I'm 33. I'm sure being over 200 pounds is not the most healthy way to be. For me personally, a little bit about me and my story. I can remember back in the day, I was actually in college, so this was a long time ago, like 11 years ago. I remember I felt really, really horrible, and I stopped by my nurse, and she weighed me, and she took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was really high, and she said, "Hey, your blood pressure's high. Is this normal?" And I said, "I don't know. I've never really checked it before." So for me to actually get started on my journey, it wasn't really optional. She didn't tell me, "Hey, you need to lose some weight," or "You need to consider losing weight." She was basically really concerned about my blood pressure being escalated. So that was kind of the first sign that I knew that maybe I should do something, but I really didn't pay attention to it. I was like, okay, I just felt bad. Excuse me. I just felt bad. I just felt dizzy. No big deal. Another time, and this one actually kind of really jolted me and made me realize, hey, maybe I am a little overweight. Maybe I need to do something. I was playing an indoor soccer game, and one of my buddies, he looked at me and he said, "Hey, Duane, man, you look like," he said, "Hey, you look like Malik," which is another friend of ours. And I was like, what? But Malik is fat. That's what I thought to myself. Um, and that was like the first time I actually got it. I went home, I got on the scale, and when I weighed myself, I was 260. And I said, wow, 260. It had been a long time since I weighed myself. I mean, probably since I played soccer in high school was the last time because I got a physical. So that was like ages ago. Like I said, I'm 33. So when I saw the 260, I thought to myself, man, wow. I started to look at myself and look at my body in the mirror and realize that, you know what, I am pretty much overweight. So that kind of started me along my journey. The very first thing that I did, because I thought I was an athlete, and I said, hey, I can do this. I'm going to get back out there. I said, hey, I'm going to go to this park and I'm going to run 2 miles. Okay, because in high school we had to run 2 miles all the time for soccer. That was like our warm up, like run 2 miles under 16 minutes, and then we actually started practice. Well, not like practice after school, but this was like before school actually. But anyway, I digress. So I said, okay, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna run at least a mile. I mean, 2 miles, maybe not, but a mile, I got this. So I got out there and I started to exercise. I started to jog, okay, at 260. I didn't make it halfway through the first lap before my back was killing me. I mean, really, really killing me. And so I had to actually stop because I knew I couldn't make it. The pain was excruciating. It was horrible. So I actually failed the very first day that I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go do something because I know I can do this. I know I can be successful at this. I can run at least a mile. Um, which brings me to an important point, okay? Some of you guys looking to lose weight, don't try to, do it all at once. Take baby steps. Do things in which you can be successful and you can feel good about yourself instead of setting yourself up for failure, such as I did, saying I'm going to run a mile. I really thought I could do it, but when I got out there, I realized that I could not run the mile. But I was really, upset, of course. And so I was actually living in some apartments at the time. And I said, okay, I'm going to go check out the gym at my apartment. I got on this really, really cool machine. I didn't really have any experience with it before. It was the elliptical machine. Now, there are a lot of different types of elliptical machines. There are machines that you kind of hold on and move your legs. There are machines that have handlebars and you move your legs and your arms, which I think is way cool. And the elliptical actually saved my life. No kidding. Because I really couldn't do a lot of other things. And so instead of running and trying to kill myself, I got on the elliptical and it was very low resistance. It was full body movement. Well, the one I got on at the time didn't move. The handlebars didn't move, but the legs moved. And so it was, to me, a lot better than running because it wasn't as stressful. I didn't really feel my body weight pounding down on the concrete. So with the elliptical, it was way cool. Anyway, like I said, this is an intro video. I want to talk to you guys real briefly about a couple of things. I'm going to talk to you about three main things that I think are important when you're trying to lose weight. The first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is self-control. Okay, I'm going to talk to you also about taking action, and I'm also going to talk to you about being persistent. So regarding self-control, self-control to me means being conscious of the choices that I'm making on a daily basis. When I was 260, I did not care. First of all, I didn't think I was fat, so it didn't even matter. But I didn't care what time of the day it was. I would eat whenever I want to, and I was pretty active. I was exercising, but not because I was actually making an effort to exercise. I was exercising because I was playing sports like basketball or soccer. So it wasn't like I was making a specific effort. It was just kind of, I exercised because that's kind of what I did at that time. So, like I said, I wasn't being conscious of the choices I was making and what I was putting into my body. I can remember leaving work. I was working at an indoor soccer center back in the day, and I'd leave work and we'd go to Whataburger, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd order like, a 3-piece chicken tender with fries and 2 slices of bread, and I would eat some taquitos with that as well. I mean, it was ridiculous. I didn't really think much of it because I was used to eating that much all the time. So it wasn't like, oh man, I'm pigging out. It was like, this is normal. This is what I do. So I would do that. Sometimes I would not eat, but once a day. But when I ate, it was in the evening, after 11 o'clock, and then I'd go to sleep, of course. So once again, self-control is very important. You have to be cognizant of what's going on and what you're putting in your body. A lot of people, when they try to lose weight, they set too high of an expectation. They have too big of a goal. When you're trying to lose weight, you need to set simple short-term goals that allow you to be successful. And what that's going to do is that's going to build up your self-confidence. That's going to make you not think, but also believe that you can do this. And that's very important because, there's nothing like going to the gym and you're working out really hard and then you rush home, you get on the scale, right? And then, of course, you didn't lose anything, or you lost, a couple of ounces or something, okay? Or maybe you lost a pound if you're really lucky, if you're a guy. If you're a female, or if you're a woman, unfortunately, a lot of the times you guys have a lot of things going on and your weight loss isn't as quick as guys. And I'll show you guys that when I start to lose the weight, because I'll show you my starting weight for the day, and I'll show you, what I weigh after I've worked out. So you're going to see what I'm talking about. I mean, losing weight for me isn't a problem now because I've done it before and I know what to do and what to expect. I know how far to push myself. So this time around, when I'm losing the weight, what I want to focus on is not just losing a lot of the weight. I want to actually also get some muscle and look, decent, instead of just losing the weight and being really, really skinny. And that's not really cool. Anyway, so once again, self-control. Self-control is very important. Another way to think about it is being disciplined. Okay. A lot of us, we get really sidetracked. We don't stay focused on what we need to do. If you're trying to lose weight, you have to take it very serious. I mean, at one point, I was obsessed with it. I would weigh myself every day, and I'm not saying that that's healthy. I'm not telling you that's what you should do, but I was really obsessed. And the cool thing about it, I think, is that you kind of almost have to be, depending on how much weight you want to lose, you have to be obsessed with it because you have to be aware of how many calories you're consuming and how many calories you're trying to burn, or if you're trying to create a deficit in calories, whether it's by burning the calories off or consuming less calories, you want to know what's going on. And so when you're when you're fat or when you're gaining weight, such as I was, I didn't care. I just ate. It didn't matter. I really didn't care. I mean, there were days where I would eat fast food for lunch and fast food for dinner. And I knew, this is not cool. And I felt bad while I was eating it. And not only bad like guilty, but bad like, oh man, this is gross. And man, I don't feel so good. Like I probably shouldn't be eating this. I can remember one time that I pushed myself so far. I remember going to a fast food restaurant and I felt really bad in my heart. I had a pain in my heart. I was pretty overweight. I was probably like 234, 240. This is after I lost the weight, got to 178, but I was going back up. And so I can remember thinking, man, I really shouldn't go here. I know I feel bad, and I know it's weight related, but I didn't care. Okay, and that's an important point. You have to value yourself. Some of us are emotional eaters. Some of us eat because of things that have happened to us in the past. For me, I'm an emotional eater, and I know that sounds weird coming from a guy, but it's the truth. Sometimes when I had a bad day, I said, man, F it. I'm going to go eat whatever I want. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. I get fried seafood, all the way down from shrimp, crawfish, fries. Everything was fried. Chicken, everything. It was horrible. So you got to value yourself, okay? You have to make sure that you value yourself. And that's why, like I said, it comes back to self-control. You have to be cognizant of what's going in your body, and you have to pay attention. Anyway, I think I've driven that point home for enough. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is taking action. Taking action is very important because a lot of us, we want to do stuff. We want to do this. We want to be a better person. We want to be a better me, so on and so forth. I want to be a better dad. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better this. Okay? But the thing is, we, after, saying what we want to do, we don't actually take the steps. We don't actually take action. So taking action is very, very crucial. Okay? When it comes to your weight loss, you want to start some way, somehow. If you're not excited about exercising, I can understand that. Okay? For me, personally, if I'm telling you, hey, what do I recommend? I would recommend starting with what you consume, what you eat, okay? And then when you start to exercise, I'd actually recommend trying the elliptical. Now, it feels weird at first, but the thing about it is it's low resistance. You're not picking your foot up and down like you would on the treadmill, okay? The elliptical is good. The bicycle is good. Those things are good, okay? So take action. The very first thing you want to do is cut back on what you're eating. And cut back doesn't mean don't eat. It just basically means eat smaller portions of it. An example would be if I drank sodas a lot. Let's say I love to drink soda, and I drink like 4 or 5 cans of soda a day. First of all, I'd personally try to get diet sodas. If you don't want to, completely knock the soda thing, I'd get diet soda. It's not going to be the greatest tasting thing in the world, but at the same time, soda has a lot of sugar in it. A lot of us don't think about the sugar. The calories aren't that bad, like 150 calories. But then you look at the sugar, and it's like 44 grams, 48 grams, 46 grams, and that's really, really high. So just start by taking baby steps. If you're not wanting to, or if you're not able to just dive right into it and take a big leap, take baby steps. So really think about what you're doing, okay? And that way, at least you're taking action as opposed to doing nothing at all, okay? So take some small actions. So let's say you start to be cognizant of what you're eating and you start to eat less portions, or maybe you start to make healthier choices. Like I can remember when I was really, really going at it, I would literally, this is what I would do, okay? And I'm not telling you to do this, I'm not an expert, but I'm just sharing with you what I did. What I did was I ate cereal for breakfast. I actually ate Special K. I got a measuring cup. I know this was crazy. I got a measuring cup and I measured, the serving size was like 3/4 a cup, but I measured a cup of cereal and then I measured a cup of milk, okay? And I poured that in. And then I actually got 2 teaspoons of sugar because I like sweets, which I'm not telling you to do it, but two teaspoons of sugar is really not that bad. Okay, it's like 15 calories per teaspoon, or 15 calories for both teaspoons, which is what I did. Okay, so I ate that for breakfast. Okay, then I would work out, or actually I'd work out first and then eat that. Then for lunch, okay, what I would do for lunch is I would actually eat my dinner. Okay, so I'd actually eat like chicken breast and salad, or chicken and broccoli, or chicken and corn. Okay, literally that's what I would have for lunch. And then for dinner again, I'd actually have the cereal again. So, and I actually worked out again. I used to do 2 a days. I was really, really intense. I'd burn like 1,000 calories in the morning and then 1,000 calories at night. Now, that's a lot of work. And recently, when I started to lose the weight again, when I was like 234, I'm like 225 right now. Recently, I've done 3,500 calories in the gym. It took me like 5 hours. I mean, I'd stay on the elliptical machine. I do hour segments, and I'm not telling you to go do that. I know that's crazy. 3,500 calories in one day is a lot, but the thing is, I know my body, and I knew what I could do. So anyway, like I said, start small. You just want to take action and start small. So start with what you consume. So, like I said, if you really want to do that, I mean, consider what you're eating. I would never eat after 7 o'clock. That's just what I did. It was real simple and really straightforward. So those are some things that I did that helped me. So if you're not able to, at least start to walk. Walking is pretty simple. You can go early in the morning or in the evening. If you're not able or wanting to do that, well, if you're not wanting to do that, that means you're not really, passionate about losing your goal or losing your weight. And you have to be, because it's your life. You have to choose life instead of slowly, killing yourself or shortening your life by what you're choosing to eat. And that's the same thing that I did. I didn't care. I was young. I was like, whatever. I'm young. I can do whatever I want. Now that I'm in my 30s, I certainly want to pay attention because I want to look good, when I'm 40 and when I'm 50. I know people now that are in their 40s, and I'm like, man, you look good, and I'm like, sweet, that's hope for me. So anyway, you certainly want to take action, all right? The last thing I want to talk to you guys about, you've been so diligent to stay here with me, is being persistent. You have to be persistent, okay? What you want to do is you want to set short-term goals for yourself. So like, make it really simple at first. Say, hey, this week I'm going to cut back on this, and I want to see at least a 2-pound weight loss. 2 pounds in a week is a very healthy amount of weight to lose, okay? So you want to give yourself short-term goals that are going to lead you to your long-term goal. I actually wouldn't worry or freak out too much about what I want to do long-term. Just really concentrate on the choices you make day to day, okay? So all the things you do on an everyday basis will get you to where you want to be in the future, okay? And that makes sense. This is all stuff that we know, but we choose not to take action. We choose not to have self-control, and we choose not to be persistent. So being persistent is very crucial to your success. I can't tell you how many times I've pigged out, or I've had a bad week. I didn't say a bad day, a bad week, where I've chosen, you know what, I'm just going to eat whatever I want, do whatever I want. So being persistent is very important. I know what my body looks like at 190, 195. And so now when I make my way back to that weight, I'm, like I said, going to be concentrating on looking more defined, and instead of just being, real tiny. I mean, I remember losing the weight. My buddy was like, hey man, you lost all the weight. You look good, but where's your chest? And it was kind of funny. I was like, what? And it didn't dawn on me. I had just lost weight. I mean, my arms were skinny. It was horrible. But anyway, like I said, whatever you do, be persistent. Set short-term goals that's going to get you to your long-term goal. And the thing about it is, you'll feel successful. You'll feel good about it, and it'll really encourage you to not give up. A lot of people, they give up, okay? Anyway, my name is Duane. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to visit my channel, I'm going to put a link right here, okay? So you can click this link. You can visit my channel right here. I'm going to try to make videos once a week, so I want to keep you guys posted on my progress. Thanks again for watching the video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.